This video is dedicated to Jim Reynolds. Good morning, everybody. We're going to conclude the week of reviews with another installment of the American Soundtrack Review Series. By the way, we're going to kind of rename the playlist to the American Soundtrack Review Series. It will be now called the American Soundtrack / My Music Review Series. We're going to continue the series with our look at the first of the two doo-wop DVDs in this series, Doo-Wop 50, which is a concert that was held over 2 nights at a theater in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, although I forgot the name of the theater, in May of 1999. What I liken these shows to, like I mentioned in the reviews of the Rock and Roll at 50 and Rock Rhythm and Doo-Wop shows, is package shows from the late 50s, early 60s. And this one is no exception. It brings together some of the greatest doo-wop groups of the 50s and early 60s, such as the Flamingos, Herb Reed and the Platters, the Del Vikings, Gene Chandler, and others. Some of my favorite tunes include My True Story, and Goodnight Sweetheart by Pookie Hudson and the Spaniels. But one of my all-time favorites is Speedo by Speedo and the Cadillacs. A lot of these performers, this show was filled with reunions of these groups, because a lot of these groups hadn't performed in their original configurations for years up to this point. One of my favorites, one of my other favorites is Maybe by the Chantels, I think, with their original lead singer. But this is the special that really kind of introduced me to doo-wop, along with my dear departed friend Jim Reynolds, because he really kind of spearheaded my love of doo-wop, and along with this, he kind of introduced me to it. And another one of my favorites is Come Go With Me by the Del Vikings, that all the original members of the Del Vikings reunited for this show. But one of my absolute favorites, and the song that moves me almost to tears every time I hear it, is Your Precious Love, sung by Jerry Butler, the Iceman, who was a member of the Impressions with Curtis Mayfield. Um, but, and by the way, at some point down the line, we're going to do a review of my favorite of a version of a classic version of Let It Be Me, which was recorded by Jerry Butler and Betty Everett. So be looking for that. And along with the performances, along with the concert footage, there is also interviews with Gene Chandler and Johnny Maestro of the Brooklyn Bridge and the Crest. Oh, by the way, another one of my favorites is 16 Candles by Johnny Maestro and the Brooklyn Bridge. They kind of open the show, or they're one of the acts that are towards the beginning of the show. But like I said, one of my absolute favorites is Gene Chandler and the Duke of Earl, and but this was released in December of 1999. I couldn't find a clear-cut release date, so the lower third will say just released December 1999. So I hope you enjoy this. I give this 5 stars. Shot and produced by Anambara. Audio and video provided by WeVideo, the YouTube Music Library, and Vicky Bowers. Photos taken from Google Images. Screen recording taken from Wikipedia. Achieved using iPicky.com. The background music in today's video is Jumpin' Boogie Woogie by Audionautix. A couple of my other favorite performances that I forgot to mention include Blue Moon by the Marcells, There's a Moon Out Tonight by the Capris, and the doo-wop version of Unchained Melody by an amalgamation of different singers from different groups. But the original doo-wop version of Unchained Melody was done by Vito and the Salutations.